Hi, everybody. Welcome back. So you should have just watched the video about habitats. What are the 5 things that an animal needs to survive in a habitat? What's one thing they need? Food, right? Animals need food to survive in a habitat. What else do they need besides food? Yeah, they need water, right? You need food and you need water to survive in a habitat, just like we do. The animals do too. What else do they need? Hmm, Definitely something to keep them safe. What would keep them safe? Shelter. Yeah, a home, right? So they need food, they need water, and they need shelter. What else does an animal need in its habitat to survive? Air. They need air. Yeah, if there isn't air, they can't breathe. If they can't breathe, they're going to die. Oh, that's not living at all. Okay, and then last one, they need space. Yeah, if they're all squished in, then there won't be enough space for them to get everything they need. So the 5 things are food, water, shelter, air, and space. All right. So the first habitat we're going to be reading about is in here. Can you guess what it is? Look at this front cover. Do you think it's the desert? Smart. It's not the desert. Who said rainforest? Was that you? Nice job. All right, so our first habitat is going to be a rainforest that we're going to learn about today. So we're going to read this book. The title is The Great Kapok Tree, A Tale of the Amazon Rainforest by Lynn Cherry. So this is not a nonfiction book. This is a fiction book. But we're going to use the clues that Lynn Cherry gives us to figure out how these animals might get those 5 things they need to survive in this habitat. You ready? All right, The Great Kapok Tree by Lynn Cherry. And our text feature this week is going to be about maps. Whoa, maps! Look at this map of the world. Look at, here's North America. The United States is where we live right there. South America, Africa, Europe, Asia, Greenland, Australia. All these little islands are the oceans. The blue are the oceans. This part is the land. Let's look. Tropical rainforests of the world. There's a key here. This dark green is today's rainforests. So the rainforests that are around today. The light green says original extent of the rainforest. So they're shrinking. There are not as many rainforests. So let's look. This dark green, this is where the rainforests are now in South America by Brazil. This is the Amazon rainforest. This is where the story takes place. But you can see there's some light green where it used to be rainforest, but it's not anymore. All right, let's look in Africa. These dark green, this is where the rainforest is now in Africa. The light rainforest means it used to be there, but not anymore. So these animals are getting less and less space in the rainforest. So all these other greens mean there's rainforests there, or there used to be, and it's all around the middle of the earth or the equator. That's the hottest spot on earth. You think it's hot here in the summer? By the equator, the middle of the earth, it's the hottest because it's always the closest to the sun, no matter where the sun is, no matter where the earth is. All right. So the map helps us know where the rainforests are. So, right, our rainforest we're going to be looking at today is in South America, the Amazon rainforest. All right, let's read. The Great Kapok Tree by Lynn Cherry. Right. 2 men walked into the rainforest. Moments before, the forest had been alive with the sounds of squawking birds and howling monkeys. Now all was quiet as the creatures watched the 2 men and wondered Why had they come? The larger man stopped and pointed to a great kapok tree. Then he left. See him over here? He's left. So what's left is this guy right here. Wonder what's going to happen. Do you see what he has here? Ooh, right. The smaller man took the axe he carried and struck the trunk of the tree. Whack, whack, whack. The sounds of the blows rang through the forest. The wood of the tree was very hard. Chop, chop, chop. The man wiped off sweat that ran down his face and neck. Whack, chop, whack, chop. Soon, the man grew tired. He sat down to rest at the foot of the great kapok tree. Before he knew it, the heat and hum of the forest had lulled him to sleep. Look at all the animals and plants. Can you spy some animals in here? I spy 4 right now. Can you spy 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. I bet you there's more too. Let's keep reading to see. So he's sleeping at the bottom of the tree because it's so hot in the rainforest. It's super sweaty. Let's see. Okay. A boa constrictor lived in the kapok tree. He slithered down its trunk to where the man was sleeping. He looked at the gash the axe had made in the tree. Then the huge snake slid very close to the man and hissed in his ear. What's he going to say? Senor, this tree is a tree of miracles. It's my home, where generations of my ancestors have lived. Do not chop it down. Oh, so this is the shelter for the animals. They live in the tree. So they don't want him to cut down their shelter. Let's see what else. How do I get out of here? What do you What do you think? What's next? Is there another animal? Wow, this is bad. Let's see. A troop of monkeys scampered down from the canopy of the kapok tree. They chattered to the sleeping man. Senor, we have seen the ways of man. You chop down one tree, and then you come back for another and another. The roots of these great trees will wither and die, and there will be nothing left to hold the earth in place. When heavy rains come, the soil will be washed away, and the forest will become a desert. Oh my goodness, so there won't even be any more trees or plants for them to eat. If they chop down the trees, then more will go away. Oh my goodness, that's terrible. We don't want that, right? A bee buzzed in the sleeping man's ear. Senor, my hive is in this kapok tree, and I fly from tree to tree to flower, collecting pollen. In this way, I pollinate the trees and flowers throughout the rainforest. You see, all living things depend on one another. Wow. So once again, the shelter, right? Even the monkeys, the boa constrictors and other snakes, and the insects, the bee and the butterflies, they all live in that tree. They can't lose that. No way, Jose. There's our monkeys. A toucan. Where's the toucan? This one, a toucan, a macaw, and a cock of the rock flew down from the canopy. Senor, squawked the toucan, you must not cut down this tree. We have flown over the rainforest and seen what happens when you chop down trees. Many people settle on the land. They set fires to clear the underbrush, and soon the forest disappears. Where there once was life and beauty, only black and smoldering ruins remain. So, when the people cut down the rainforest trees, all the animals have nowhere to live, no food to eat. So that means they can't stay there, and the people burn everything so they can build their homes. That's not good. Not good at all. Wait, where did I go? Oh, welcome back to school, right? I know, it's crazy. What's happening? Let's see. A bright and small tree frog. Is that what's left? Bright and small. Why do I keep doing that? It's a Monday, guys. It's a Monday. A bright and small tree frog crawled along the edge of the leaf. Look at all of these frogs. They were hiding in the rainforest. In a squeaky voice, he piped in the man's ear. Senor, a ruined rainforest means ruined lives, many ruined lives. You will leave many of us homeless if you chop down this great kapok tree. So it's not only food, it's shelter too. Why do I keep doing this? Give me good vibes, guys. I'm having trouble today. I keep clicking the wrong thing. Oh, okay, here we go. Let's focus, Mrs. Kennedy. Right, what do we think is here? A jaguar had been sleeping along a branch in the middle of the tree. Because his spotted coat blended into the dappled light and shadows of the understory, no one had noticed him. Now he leapt down and padded silently over to the sleeping man. He growled in his ear, Senor, the kapok tree is home to many birds and animals. If you cut it down, where will I find my dinner? So he doesn't have shelter in the kapok tree. He gets his food in the kapok tree. Oh, I wonder what is next. Four, oh, how cute, tree porcupines swung down from branch to branch and whispered to the man, Senor, do you know what we animals and humans need in order to live? Oxygen, air. And Senor, do you know what trees produce? Oxygen. If you cut down the forest, you will destroy which gives us all life. So trees help give us the oxygen and air to breathe. If they cut them down, they won't have that anymore. Oh, shelter, food, air. Oh my goodness. Several anteaters climbed down the kapok tree with their young clinging to their backs. Where's a good picture of that? Which one? Oh, look at, here's one clinging to the back. Here's another one you can see. Good job, anteater mamas. The unstriped anteater said to the sleeping man, you are chopping down this tree with no thought for the future. And surely you know that what happens tomorrow depends upon what you do today. The big man tells you to chop down a beautiful tree. He does not think of his own children, who tomorrow must live in a world without trees. We know that we all need trees and plants to live because we need to breathe the air and the homes for all the animals. Oh boy, you know what animal that is? A sloth. A three-toed toed sloth, had become climbing down from the canopy when the men first appeared. Only now did she reach the ground, because they're so slow, right? Plodding over ever so slowly to the sleeping man, she spoke in her deep, lazy voice, Senor, how much is beauty worth? Can you live without it? If you destroy the beauty of the rainforest, on what Would you feast your eyes? Hmm, it is beautiful. A child. People live in the rainforest? A child from the Yanomamo tribe who lived in the rainforest knelt over the sleeping man. He murmured in his ear, Signor, when you awake, please look upon us all with new eyes. Do you think? Do you think they convinced him to leave the Kapok tree alone? What do you think? Give me a thumbs up if you think, yeah, he's going to leave it alone. Or a thumbs down if, oh, he got orders. He's going to chop down the tree. What do you think is going to happen? Is he going to leave or is he going to chop down the tree? All right, let's find out. You ready? The man awoke with a start. Before him stood the rainforest child, and all around him, staring were the creatures who depended upon the Kapok tree. What wondrous and rare animals they were. Now look at all of the animals that were talking to him in his sleep are right there. What would you think if you woke up and all those animals were there? I'd be scared and confused. Oh my goodness. You think all those animals depend on the Kapok tree for their 5 things they need to survive, right? It's their food. It's their water, right? Because the leaves catch the water and the leaves have water in them. It's their shelter. It gives them air and it leaves plenty of space to live in. Oh boy, let's see what he's going to do. The man looked about and saw the sun streaming through the canopy. Spots of bright light glowed like jewels amidst the dark green forest. Strange and beautiful plants seemed to dangle in the air, suspended from the great kapok tree. The man smelled the fragrant perfume of their flowers. He felt the steamy mist rising from the forest floor, but he heard no sound, for the creatures were strangely silent. They're waiting to see what he's going to do. The man stood and picked up his axe. He swung back his arm as though he was going to strike the tree. Suddenly, he stopped. He turned and looked at the animals and the child. What's he gonna do? Oh my goodness. I hope he leaves. What's he gonna do? He hesitated, then he dropped the axe and walked out of the rainforest. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. And there's the map again. Because all of the people before it, people would come and chop down the trees. That's why the rainforests are shrinking, because they're chopping them down and they're burning the underbrush, like all the stuff that's on the ground, so they can build homes. But all the rainforest, the rainforest habitat is disappearing because of what people are doing. So it's very important that we save the rainforest so we can have all our air and these animals can have their homes and everything they need to survive in this habitat. All right, so now that we learned about the rainforest habitat, I want you to do this boom card. Which animal lives in the rainforest? Some of them are kind of silly, but you just click which one. Do you think it's the shark or the flamingo? Who said shark? You're being goofy. Flamingo. Yep, and you're just going to keep going. Okay, a panda or the tree frog. Just so you can think about all the animals that have the rainforest as their habitat. All right, now I can do this. Thanks for putting up with me today, guys. I hope you had a wonderful break and it's great seeing you again. I miss you guys. All right, Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow for another habitat.